He abducted a 15-year-old girl off the street, kidnapped her and took her to the basement flat. Days later, he attacked a man in the street with a hammer. This is 21-year-old Aaron Strachan from Edinburgh. On the 25th of May last year, Mr. Strachan, wearing a balaclava, approached his young victim at a bus station on Lothian Road. She felt very uneasy, quite clearly, so to get away from him, she walked down Princess Street, walked over to the Marks and Spencers and stood at another bus stop. Unfortunately for her, Mr. Strachan had followed her to the bus stop. He accosted her, demanded she hand over a mobile phone, told her not to scream. He pulled out a canifer, can't say the word because TikTok will ban me. He pulled out, told her not to scream, forced her to walk down the road, occasionally putting his hands over her eyes. He grabbed her by the shoulders and basically forced her to go down the steps to a basement flat. In the room that she was pushed into, she says was littered with rubbish, and there was literally a stinking mattress on the floor. Unfortunately, at this point, Mr. Strachan, using the canifer that he had in his hand, violently raped and essayed that young girl. He warned her not to tell anybody what happened, not to tell anybody where he lived, because otherwise he would find her and he would attack her again. Now, thankfully, she went to the police and he was arrested just a few days later after police spotted him in the street attacking another man, and with the same canifer was stabbing the man's hand. Now, prior to this, just on the same day of the attack of the young girl, he'd attacked another man with a hammer, repeatedly hitting him over and over and over again. So obviously he was arrested and charged. He pled guilty. He knew he'd done it, so held his hands up. Now, you might remember this case. It was on the telly because on the 13th of January, when he was being moved to go back to the court for his sentencing, tried to do a runner, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He broke free from just the two men that were handling him, waiting for his escort vehicle to arrive, and he set off, did a runner. Thankfully, the police did catch up with him just a short time later. He didn't get very far. Now, he was sentenced to 5 years in jail, which doesn't seem like an awful lot. I totally understand that. However, what is unique to Scotland is that judges are able to put in place what's called an OLR, which is an order for lifetime restriction. Now, this man has been given an OLR, which basically means that the parole board will decide when he is fit for release. OLRs, and I'll read it to you, were started in 2006, I believe. Let me just read. 2006, and they are unique to Scotland. They're designed to serve as life sentences for serious sexual and violent offenders. They're imposed if it's believed that a prisoner has shown a pattern of behaviour which could escalate and seriously endanger the public if they were at liberty. I think that's perfect. That is a perfectly reasonable thing to put on somebody. And again, it's unique to Scotland. So this man, even though he has been given a 5-year sentence, it's up to the parole board to decide when he gets out. The public safety is at risk, according to the judge, from this man and the offending that he has done, not previously as well as now. He's got a history of violent offending. So what do we think about this case? Are we happy with the sentence? Do you think something like that should be brought here in England? As I always say, I don't care whether you're white, brown with yellow, pink polka dots. If you're commit a crime against a child, a woman, a man or an animal, I'll do a video on you. And I don't care about race or religion either, as you can see in plenty of my other videos. I would love to hear your comments. Please give me a like, comment and a repost if you wouldn't mind. That'd be fabulous. I'm Mrs B. I'll see you on the next one, because we know there is always a next one.